me to set them free. I raise my voice and sing to the sky. 'Cause everything I know, I wanna reach you. And all the things I know, I wanna teach you. The thoughts across the world will come together to form a midnight line across forever. Also these secret worlds I wanna bring you. And all the different songs I wanna sing you. The line coming together forms a circle. No matter who you are or where, connect and down you I am just a light of brilliant light that somehow reminded. Your voice comes back to me into my heart and rests within my palm. And as I hold it there, I'm now aware I'm humming a melody. And as it comes to me, to set it free, I raise my voice and sing to the sky. 'Cause everything I know, I wanna reach you. And all the things I know, I wanna teach you. I guide them to the line and send them off to the tender where the blue seeps turning into calm. So these secret words I wanna bring you. And all the different songs I wanna sing you. The line comes different shapes around the circle. No matter who you are or where, connect and down you I'm dancing to a maze of unchanging days. I've seen my tunes along the way. And I start to think their gifts to us each and every single brand new day. The scent is growing more, I'm shaken to my core. Believing it's what I'm here for. So please tell me more and share with me to tell your world. 'Cause everything I know, I wanna reach you. And all the
Good evening. If the music is too loud, please let me know. Oh, whoops. Give me 1 second. Get rid of that. That was hilarious. Okay, so let's make sure that this didn't swap on me. It did not swap on me. Cool. Nice. Okay. Background browser is too loud. Okay, cool. That I can change very easily. It's because I've been using it lately for like background music. Mixer, turn you down a little. That better? I've been using it for 3D modeling background music. So hopefully it hasn't been, you know, drowning me out totally. Shuffleboard has League? Oh, that's awesome! I have never known that was a thing. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit louder on the music because I basically don't see it on OBS now. That's how quiet it is. Get back in the 40. There we go. That's where you belong. Right there. Okay. Cool. Oh, also, I need to open this real quick. I did not do this before stream. I should have. And if Guardian gets in here before I do it, it's gonna be bad. Because Baguette is something that Guardian does every time, and it's just something that happens. Come here, you. Come here. Come here. Let me hit the little camera thing. Camera thing. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now that we have all that figured out, we can now do the intro. Hello, welcome to the Midland Snowfall. My name is Rajome. I am a variety streamer who plays everything and anything that does not go against TOS, as well as I am a self-taught 3D modeler. I am currently being sponsored by Babble, which is our plan for tonight, and Twitter. Thank you very much for picking the one language out of the 4 options I gave you that I don't speak a lick up. I'm already messing up my English. Wow, this is bad. So, can't speak English. Going to try to speak Swedish. I do not promise to sound like I'm pronouncing anything properly, as well as I do not promise that I will in any way pronounce anything properly. Or, wait, I already said that. I was changing my volume. Yes, Scuff Variety Streamer. Send that to me in a DM, please. Send that to me in a DM, seriously. So, I do not promise to pronounce anything properly, as well as I do promise scuff at some point, despite my efforts to avoid it. Yeah. Swedish translation guide. Yes! Oh, yes. By the way, if you look at the title for this stream, that's actually a joke that a Swedish person told me. So that's why I used it. It's amazing. So, I forget if that's a Y. So I think that's hey right there. So what Babble is it's a language learning website. I don't know if it's also an app. I still need to look into that. And it is subscription based, monthly or yearly. And I'm basically on trial right now, which is kind of fun. My brain is not figuring out how to pronounce that. I don't know why, but my brain cannot pronounce that right now. So, first lesson. I might actually go over here, turn this down, because the website does actually have audio on it. So, first Swedish words. Click to listen.
Hey.
Hey. So, down here we have hey. The J is pronounced like a English Y. Hey.
Hey.
Hello. That one I do know. I know like 3 words. Babble is what you do when you talk. I'm doing baby babble right now, which is about as good as I'm gonna do with Swedish. Oh hey! Speaking of which, thank you, Stream Elements, for actually doing your job and just not just saying not to time you out because you talk too much. Thank you, Stream Elements. You have one job. So, goodbye is, I'm gonna guess, Heyda?
Hej då.
Hey do. Okay. So, hi is hey. And Heyda, or hey do, is goodbye. I'm gonna read that as da the entire time. Ugh. This is the one problem I have with Swedish. My brain doesn't switch like it does with like Spanish. And I read a lot of the spelling like English. Sure gets wow. Wow. Welcome.
Välkommen.
Willkommen. That is very German, actually.
Välkommen.
Like, very German. There is a little bit of overlap between Swedish and German, which is nice. It's not much, but it is, like, there. It does
Hey,
exist. Hey da is goodbye. Haha!
Hej.
Hey is hello.
Välkommen.
And willkommen is welcome. Yay! I'm not failing! I expected to fail completely. Talk?
Tack.
I actually did that one right. Cool. So, talk.
Tack.
Talk! Okay. Yeah, I do know this one.
Ja.
So this is the first the first language. First lesson in the language. Nay?
Nej.
It is nay. Okay.
Nej. Nej. Ja.
Yeah. And talk.
Tack.
There we go. So this is the first lesson in the language. There. For some reason, my brain is messing up that sentence. Okay. First lesson in the language, and the first one is very simple from what I've seen in both this and the Spanish, because I did do the first lesson in Spanish before any of this.
Hej Stefan, hur mår du?
What? Hey, Stefan. Her.
Hej Stefan, hur mår du? Hej Stefan, hur mår du?
Who more? Who
Hej
more?
Stefan, hur mår du?
Who more do? Who more do? That is going to be really hard for me to
Hej Stefan,
remember.
hur mår du?
Välkommen.
Välkommen till Stockholm.
Välkommen to Stockholm. Okay. Interesting. Nej tack. It's that A with double things, and I think it's an O.
Nej tack, det är bra.
Det är bra.
Nej tack, det är bra.
Det är bra. Det är bra. Nej tack. Det är bra. Okay. I do like how it's using sentences instead of just, you know, here's a word. We're going to now flashcard you to where, you know, you now know that hi is hey. Okay, now, ja is yes. Okay, we're now going to test you on these 5 other words that you've never seen until just now. The fact that that is not something that's happening right now makes me so happy. I hate it when programs just, you know, flashcard you. Hate it so much. Hey, doll?
Hej då. Vi ses
Yes.
imorgon.
Vi ses,
Hej då. Vi ses imorgon.
vi ses imorgon.
Hej då. Vi ses imorgon.
Imorgon. How is this moron? How on earth is that not Morgan? How's that not Morgan? Like I said, my brain Englishifies all of this. So I'm reading this mentally as Heja da vi ses I Morgan. That's what my brain says I'm looking at. And I have to overwrite that to be what Swedish actually is, because it's like, why on earth is it not English sounding? It's so close, but my brain. This is the problem with languages that use the same lettering, kind of. At least with languages that use different alphabets, it's a little easier for me to be like, oh, yeah, that is the katakana or hiragana for this. It's this right here. That right there. That causes me issues. Because to me, this is da, not do. I know it's supposed to be do, but my brain's reading it as da. Great! You have decided to learn Swedish. Swedish and English have lots of similar vocabulary. They actually do. And grammar. Maybe we're able to guess the meanings of some words without looking at translations. Let's put your first Swedish words to use in a short dialogue. Oh no, this is going to end badly. Today is Alan's first day at work. Oh yay. Hey. Jag mellan jag börjar idag.
Hej, jag är Malin. Jag börjar idag.
Okay. Fredrik, välkommen.
Hej Malin, jag heter Fredrik. Välkommen.
It is making it a lot easier since, you know, I'm just reading this and all I'm doing is hitting the translation.
Här är din plats. Vill du ha kaffe?
Here's your desk. Literally place. Platz. Here's your place. Would you like coffee? I like how it has literally, here's the English
Här är
word.
din plats. Vill du ha kaffe?
Here's the literal translation and here's what it's meaning to translate. I do like that. Nej tack. Det är bra.
Nej tack, det är bra.
Det är bra. For some reason, I can't get past the det are. It's det är. Det är bra. I'm going to have to talk to the Swedes and see if they can help me with pronunciation. Okay, so... Hej då, Malin. Vi ses i... I don't remember.
Hej då Malin. Vi ses imorgon.
Imorgon. It's like maroon. Moron. 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 It's closer to Spanish, actually. Interesting. Yeah. Hej då.
Ja, hej då.
Cool. Is it Doa? Am I hearing that right?
Hej då.
It is Doa. Hey Doa. Okay. I got 22 of 22 correct. Woo! Okay. Access. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Okay. Do I have access to the next one? Later. Okay, fine. Fine, fine. I will go back to Spanish because apparently you don't want to give me more than just that lesson. So I'll go back to Spanish. I did do the Swedish that I wanted, so I did do it. So apparently it won't let me do more. So we are back to Spanish because that's the one that I actually have this thing doing right now. So let us do Mucho Gusto Parts 2. Got it? Yo.
Yo.
I have not yet gotten to a point in Spanish where I do not understand what I'm doing.
Yo.
Yo.
Tú.
Informal. Usted's next, isn't it?
Usted.
Yep. In Spanish, there are two ways of saying you when speaking to one person. Use informal tú when talking to a friend or family member or peer. Tú eres Ana.
Tú eres Ana.
When talking to an elder or a person in the position of authority, use the formal usted. Usted es la señora López.
¿Usted es la señora López?
And yes, I will do Swedish more, like, outside this for other streams, because I do want to learn Swedish. But right now I'm limited to just the first lesson. So we're doing Spanish, because that's what I have the ability to do. Tu hermana.
Tú.
You don't even say the word. Usted.
Usted.
I don't think I know police officer. Tú
Tú.
y él.
Él.
Ella.
Ella.
By the way, I cannot roll my R's. I am
Él.
physically unable to roll my R's.
Ella.
Yo soy Lucia Martinez.
Yo soy
I
Lucía
didn't even
Martínez.
look at the English there. I just read and I was like, that one I did
Usted
read.
es la señora García.
But yeah, sometimes I can read
Ella
very
es Ana,
easily,
y él
depending
es
on the
Miguel.
simplicity of the sentences. That and we are on, like, the very beginning of
¿Tú
Spanish
eres
here.
Carla?
Hola,
Hola, bienvenido. ¿Tú eres Carlos?
sí, yo soy Carlos.
Bienvenido. That is not
Hola,
one that I knew.
bienvenido. ¿Tú eres Carlos?
So, really nice detail about this. I have never actually known the translation of bienvenido. Now I do. For some reason, it's never come up in my learning, which is weird. Tú eres Carlos, sí, yo soy Carlos, y tú. I know that
Yo
because
soy
E2 is
Isabel.
actually... E2 is
Mucho
actually
gusto.
something... Haha, mucho gusto.
¿Quién es ella?
Ella es Julieta,
Igualmente.
mi hermana.
Igualmente, igualmente, Carlos. Y gracias. ¿Quién es ella? Ella es Julieta, mi
¿Y
hermana,
quién es él?
Él es Álvaro, mi novio.
mi novio. They're actually using novio very early on, which is nice. No tengo un novio, tengo un esposo. I went to a different language for the translation and I was like, nope, wrong. Gotta stay within Spanish. So letters are next one. Let's do this. Let's see how this goes. By the way, if I actually run out of lessons to do in Spanish, I will probably play a game or something. Just saying. Because I've got until midnight to stream, and I don't know how many of these I'm going to have access to. Learning a language becomes much easier once you are familiar with its alphabet. Yes, which actually, I do know the entire Spanish alphabet well enough that I can read anything. I just can't, well, mentally I can read anything and pronounce it near perfect. If I speak, verbally, and I speak the words verbally, I mess up my pronunciation sometimes. I cannot roll my R's, and I do not know the translation of every word, but I know enough that I can read a book and kind of grasp the idea of it. That's why I like El León, La Bruja y El Ropero is actually a really good one for me, because the translation of that is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which I have a pretty solid idea of the storyline of that book. So reading it is actually kind of fun. Spanish alphabet has 27 letters. Many of them are similar to English, but there are some differences. And ad break. Why? I am reading here! You interrupt me while I'm reading! Fine. I see how it is. I'll just hydrate. You do you. You do you. You do you. I'll hydrate. I'll be here. I'll be reading when you're done. And I will continue my Spanish. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Vamos, por favor. Rápido. 30 seconds. I know you are awesome, and I know you're doing your job. It's just when you interrupt me mid-sentence on what I'm trying to do, it's a little annoying. A little bit more of a heads up would be nice, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and welcome back. Yes, I can actually see when the ads are going to end. I love it. So, don't mind me, I was just complaining about how the ads interrupted me literally mid-sentence. So, I don't mind the ads, I just mind when they interrupt me mid-sentence. It's like, a little more of a heads up, please. So, anyway, Spanish alphabet has 27 letters. Many of them are similar to English alphabet. We already read that. That is literally where I got cut off. But there are some differences. Let's start with the easiest and most essential. The 5 vowels. Ah. Ah. I feel like I'm recording for a new tabloid. Ah.
Ah. Eh.
Eh.
E.
E. Like seriously, it's literally. Oh. It's literally Utaloid. Oh. And yes, I have debated recording a new Utaloid. Just saying. Ah. Continue. Oh.
U.
Oh.
E.
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 Eh. I should not have gotten that one wrong. There we go. For some reason, the recording on their was very weird. Maybe the vowels in Spanish are those in English. E, O, U. They're different.
A. E. I. O. U.
And those sounds are actually the exact sounds that they basically make.
Ah.
Ooh. That's a really interesting way to spell ooh. I've never seen it spelled with an H at the end or O with an H at the end. It's usually just one O or two O's from what I've seen.
I.
But that is actually closer to how I picture it in my brain.
O.
There we go. Continue. Excelente. Gracias, gracias. Y... Fix that. There we go. Continue learning. Now that I have a perfect score. Mucho gusto, part 3. I don't care about my activities. I'm gonna keep using activities until I run out.
Buenos días.
Buenos dias. I have nothing to click.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. Igualmente. Hasta pronto. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure I've heard that one
Buenos días.
before. Buenos dias. Está aquí.
Buenas tardes.
Está aquí.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. Pleasure.
Hasta pronto.
Hasta pronto is actually one that I think I've only heard like once. Buenos dias, Laura.
Buenos días, Laura.
Laura. Buenas tardes. There.
Buenas tardes, Pedro.
I can't Spanish right now. Buenos noches.
Buenas noches, María.
And continue. Buenos dias.
Buenos días, Marta.
We're just gonna keep going until I run out or... Oh, that is afternoon, isn't it?
Buenas
Sorry, it looked like, you know, dusk to me. And dusk to me is night. There we go. Now that's night.
tardes. Buenas noches, Isabel. Buenos días, Carlos.
Buenos dias.
Buenos días. Ya son las 2, Jorge.
Ah, sí. Mejor buenas tardes. ¿Y quién eres tú?
Good morning, Carlos. Good morning. It's already 2 p.m. Oh, it is? Good morning is... Or good afternoon is better. And who are you? I have had this exact convo. Except it's more like 4 p.m. that I've had the conversation at.
Hola, yo soy Claudia.
Mucho gusto. Yo soy Jorge.
Please say igualmente. Encantada.
Lo siento. Me tengo que ir.
I have never heard encantada used as a response to mucho gusto. It's always been igualmente. Huh. Interesting. Lo siento. Me tengo que ir. Hasta pronto.
Adiós.
Adios.
Bienvenido, Pablo.
Bienvenido is masculine.
Bienvenida, Ana.
Feminine. On the person being addressed.
Encantada. Yo soy Mónica.
Encantado. Soy Arturo.
Ending is based on who is speaking. A lot of this is, at least within Spanish, a lot of it is just paying attention to what goes where on at least like conjugation stuff. Like my conjugation is trash. I can do present tense and that's it. Future and past, forget it. Encantada, yo soy Mónica.
Encantada. Yo soy Mónica.
Bienvenida.
Bienvenida, Patricia.
So you do actually have to pay attention to like this part of the sentence to figure out which one goes there. Okay, that's a upside down exclamation point. I was like, why is there an I at the beginning of the sentence and why is it not capitalized? Oh yeah, I forget. upside down, exclamation point, and question mark are a thing in Spanish, and I'm not actually used to it because I don't see it every day. Soy Arturo, so encantado.
Encantado. Soy Arturo.
I'm totally gonna forget that this is actually like
Bienvenido.
who's
chico.
talking and who it's addressing. I'm gonna forget this overnight just because that's how my brain works. But repetition is how languages work, so I'll repeat it later. Exclamation points and question marks are found at the beginning and end.
Sí, yo soy Inés.
Accents over vowels are always written on the following direction. They are always in this direction. The other one is for languages like German, and I believe Swedish uses it. Speech recognition recording permission. Yes, yes, yes. Give me a second. Give me a second. There we go.
Buenos días.
Okay, so we can now. This is the right one, right? Yes. There we go. Okay. So now it will tell me if I'm speaking properly. Buenos dias. Cool. It
Buenos
worked.
días.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. Cool.
Buenas tardes.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. What? How did I do that one wrong? Mucho gusto. There we go.
Mucho gusto.
Have to be a little slow for it
Hasta
to
pronto.
pick me up, I guess. Hasta pronto. That one I sounded Italian.
Hasta
What
pronto.
on earth? What was that? Tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. There we go.
Mucho gusto.
Much better. By the way, any language learning thing that does not have me speak to it automatically gets points deducted because my learning way of how my brain thinks, I have to read, I have to write, and I have to speak. I actually absorb languages the best when I speak. So if it's not a thing, too easy. For me. If speaking the language is not a thing, then automatic points deducted for me. So the better language learning things for me will require me to translate English to whatever language I'm learning, whatever language I'm learning to English. Yeah, I did that backwards. Okay. It will require me to read, write, and spell, and it will require me to speak. This one, from what I'm telling, has everything except it has not had me type up anything yet. So that's the one thing I have found slight lacking in, but I don't know if that's a later on lesson thing. It could be because this is going a little bit slower than what I'm used to, and I kind of like it because it's not just speeding its way through the language with like lesson after lesson to where it's like, okay, you now know hola. Okay. And then after that it's like, Trying to come up with a language sentence is actually kind of hard right now. Okay. Then it's like, hablamos solamente español porque es muy fácil. ¿Verdad? The fact that it's not going that fast is very nice. So, mucho gusto review. Okay. Learning tip. Hola. And
Adiós.
yes, I said it was too easy because I have known this stuff since I was 5. Tardes is the only one that will go with
Buenas
that.
tardes.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto.
And hasta pronto.
Hasta pronto.
That one I actually had to pay attention to past lessons for, so
eres
that
Ana?
I love. Tú eres Ana. Thank you for requiring that! I have not seen that until this lesson. So, the listening to something and then having to write it was actually something that a high school teacher of mine did. She had like this little cassette tape. Yes, cassettes. And she would play it, and the beginning of class, we would have to listen to the audio, and we would have to write what we heard. And we only got one chance at this each class, and it was different every class. So that actually helps a lot.
¿Usted es la señora Badia?
Usted es la señora Nadia.
Ella es mi esposa.
So this actually requires you to listen very closely and actually know what you're hearing. Tú,
Tú.
with your teacher, always be formal with your teacher
Usted.
at all times. Your teacher is, by all means, always formal. I learned that very early on. Boss, formal.
Usted.
Little cousin, informal.
Tú.
Great job. Are you ready to put everything you've learned together and use it in conversation? Let's go.
Hola.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Manuel.
I love these conversations that they have in here too. Like, this is actually requiring a lot of, like, paying attention. Buenos, what do you want me to do? Oh! Oh, you remember how I said that thing about, you know... Yes. I probably spelled that wrong. It's probably not, but... Okay, I was right.
Buenos
Cool.
días, Manuel.
I don't
soy
know
Teresa.
every word that needs... Oh, thank you. Thank you for
Mucho gusto.
¿De dónde
the
eres?
one thing you
Soy
were
de España.
actually lacking.
¿Y tú?
Ah, qué bien.
The
Yo soy de
one
México.
thing you were lacking. I
Guadalajara.
found it. Gracias, Babble. Es muy bien. Y yo gusto mucho. Gracias. ¿Y quién es él? So, the
¿Y quién
accent
es él?
Es mi hijo.
So the accent on L for he is extremely important because if you forget the accent, it's masculine version of the. So that one I learned in high school. Hasta pronto. Right? Yes.
Hasta
Cool.
pronto.
Buen viaje.
And that's the one I've
Adios.
been having issues with. Thank you for requiring me to do the one I've been having issues with. Time for a quick check. Answer 2 short questions to reflect progress, blah blah blah. I agree. Use words and phrases I've learned. Yes. I don't know if it's from you guys or if it's from past knowledge. Tengo 2 años de la escuela en... tengo 2 años de español en la escuela. pero no sé. Okay. And yes, my brain right now to make this work is literally doing both English and Spanish at the same time. So, yeah, my pronunciation might be a hybrid thereof at some point. It's really weird, except if I keep it going for like hours on end, eventually my brain will completely switch over to Spanish. Y yo hablo solamente español. It's really fun. Aprendo. I did not know aprendo. You are giving me vocabulary that I have not learned. How is this possible? I'm still in the beginning lessons here, Babble. How are you already accessing my vocab that I don't know? I've done Spanish 1 with an A+ in it in my sleep. How on earth?
Aprendo español.
I thought it was always comprendí. I thought the best I could do was comprendí. Aprendo is so much better. It's a lot more literal. I am so happy right now. Puedes repetir. Oh no! No, 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 no! No! You're already conjugating! Ah!
¿Puedes repetir?
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Why are you already? My conjugation sucks! You can't do this to me! Oh, you're gonna try to make me learn it the natural way, aren't you? You're just going to expose me to it and think that natural immersion is going to make me to where I can conjugate. That's the plan here. Entiendo.
No entiendo.
I did not know entiendo. I have known no comprendo. Entiendo is better. Aprendo español.
Aprendo español.
Puedes repetir.
¿Puedes repetir?
It's conjugated. Yeah. No entiendo.
No entiendo.
No entiendo porque conjugation. ¿Por qué? I don't remember how to say early, but it's early.
Hola,
Hola, ¿cuánto cuesta eso?
eso cuesta $18.
¿Puedes repetir, por favor?
The fact that I understood that entire conversation without actually reading.
Claro, cuesta $18.
Ah,
I've had
No
this
entiendo.
conversation. I've literally had this conversation.
¿Hablas español?
sí, un poco. Aprendo español.
Okay. Real quick. He should be able to at least know what 18 and Dolores are, because those are two of the really starting words that usually are in vocab. Just saying. I've known how to say both of those for like most of my life. I just can't pronounce Dolores because I want to pronounce it English.
Oh, qué bueno.
I will say one nice thing about Spanish. Whenever I tell people that I don't speak it fluently, usually they will, like, make the language that they're using at a lower level, like, age-wise. Because I think my Spanish is on par with, like, my 5-year-old's English. So they'll actually go to, like, 5-year-old level Spanish, and it's like, thank you very much. And then they'll sometimes give me, like, new vocab, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Wow. Really? We're breaking up the words? Okay, so you can't see this because my little throne thing is in the way. 1 second. So what they have done is they have broken up the words right here. They've broken them up into 2 sections. So I have to know exactly what order to put these in. I have not seen another language learning platform use this before. And I will say I'm kind of impressed because that makes it even harder. Okay, this was there. I have to remember where it is. There we go. And yes, I want to become Twilight Sparkle for Halloween. Hence the Twilight Sparkle dress there. I also have a wig and socks on there. And I made a category just for that. Actually, no. I think I put that in the cosplay stuffs category, and then cosplay stuffs doesn't have anything else in there but that. So, let's do this.
Aprendo español.
There we go. Depending on context, Aprendo Español can be translated as both I learn Spanish and I'm learning Spanish. You'll learn more about this difference later. That makes me so happy. By the way, this is Latin American Spanish, not Spain Spanish. Those are 2 different categories on Babble, which that's actually kind of cool. No entiendo.
No entiendo.
Puedes repetir.
¿Puedes repetir?
This is actually
Aprendo
being
español.
difficult for me. I love
¿Puedes
this.
repetir?
I love
no
it.
entiendo.
I didn't expect it to be difficult for me this early on. Because other language learning software, I'm actually pretty far in Spanish. The fact that this is difficult for me, at least on one detail, is making me very happy because I am not far in this whatsoever. Okay, lesson 7. Here we go. Oh, we're going with more of the alphabet. Be, pe, te, de, he. Yes, that's he, not ge. Ready?
B. B. T. D. G.
It does do the he. Remember, Spanish E sounds like the English eh. In Spanish, to say the letters B, P, T, D, and G correctly, you just need to combine them with the letter E. Select ready below and listen to the 5 letters. Let's practice some more. Be.
B.
De.
D.
It's actually gotten quite advanced while still being in the alphabet phase.
P.
T.
T. B.
De.
P. P. P.
That one was hard
D.
because the pronunciation. That one was even harder because the pronunciation was off. That one I heard.
G.
Heh. Letter C is also pronounced with the help of eh. However, it sounds a bit different depending on the region.
C.
C.
So, in most regions in Spain, se is se. And in Latin America, and some region of Spain, C is se. The one I know is this one right here.
C.
I have heard of this one,
C.
but I have learned this
C.
one.
C. D. E.
B. G. C.
Guardian! We're
C.
doing Spanish
C.
because I was only able to do one lesson of Swedish.
T, C, D. T, C, D.
Okay, so it's that. The recording of C and D in this.
D.
The recording on
Belén,
these
dime,
makes them very
¿qué
hard to
letra
tell
es?
apart.
Es la letra G.
Ooh, shiny hunting polywag. You're using eggs or sandwiches or shiny charm or outbreaks. I'm trying to use eggs for Happini. It's not going well. I also don't have a shiny charm and I've not unlocked the sandwiches yet. Stream elements. You have one job. It is not to point out if you are spamming chat. Dime que letra es. Es la letra. What? You don't give me.
Belén, dime, ¿qué letra es?
Es la letra G.
Ah, there it is. I was gonna say, you don't
Excelente.
tell me what letter it is.
La D.
Hello, ad. I'm going to continue with this one despite the ad because this one is
La
pretty
D.
easy. This one's pretty easy.
Genial. ¿Y estas dos?
La B y la P.
Bleh.
Muy bien. Ahora la última letra.
Esta
I should be.
letra es la C.
Oh,
Wow. Tienes una
I should
vista
be able to get
perfecta.
past this by the time the
T.
ad break is over.
Belén, dime, ¿qué letra es?
Es la letra G.
Excelente. ¿Y esta?
La D.
Genial.
I've got
¿Y
25
estas dos?
seconds to finish this.
La D y la
I'm trying
P.
to get through
Muy
that.
bien.
Right through this
Ahora
quickly.
la última letra.
Esa letra es la
Se.
P.
Wow. Tienes una vista perfecta.
Gracias.
There we go. Okay, now we're just gonna chill out here for 7 seconds while we wait for people to come back, and then we will do this again. There we go. I sped through the alphabet thing while the ads were a thing, because I figured, you know, we don't really have to stay on the alphabet for long. Nosotros y nosotras.
Nosotros. Nosotras.
You're gonna teach me conjugation soon, and I'm gonna hate it because I'm gonna
Ustedes.
forget it almost like right away. PL stands for plural. You see it in brackets when it refers to a group of people. Click on Spanish words to listen.
Ellos.
I already know that one.
ellas.
Continue.
Nosotros. Nosotras.
We.
Ustedes.
That one.
Ellos. Ellas.
There we go. Hombres es nosotros y
Nosotros somos hombres.
mujeres es nosotras.
Nosotras somos mujeres.
Chicas. Dos chicos y dos chicas es ellos.
Ellos son dos chicos y dos chicas.
Amigas de Ana. Las amigas de Ana es ellas.
Ellas son las amigas de Ana.
So there is a bit of extra translation going on here to where I could tell which one it was between ellos or AS. So the reason this one is ellos,
Ellas son las amigas de Ana.
hush. The reason this one is ellos is because the son dos chicos part automatically makes it ellos. It has to be completely a group of girls for it to be ellas. If there is one boy, it's ellos. Or at least that's how it was explained to me. Hola. Somos Claudia y Marta is nosotras.
Hola.
Same with
Nosotras
nosotras.
Somos Claudia y Marta.
This is AS.
Ellas son las hijas de Patricio.
They are Patricio's daughters. Nosotros.
Nosotros somos de Cuba.
Ellos.
Ellos tienen 2 hijos.
Hijos can mean sons or also children while referring to boys and girls collectively. Like I was saying, if there is one boy in the group, then it's ellos. If it's all girls, it's ellas. This has been how I have remembered it literally my entire life, because I was told that once and I was like, oh hey, that's super easy to understand. It also might be why I don't care if you call me dude, because to me, dude isn't gender specific. Dude is everyone. In Latin America Spanish, you always use ustedes if you are talking to a group of people. Martin y Andres. Ustedes vienen a la fiesta.
Martín y Andrés, ¿ustedes vienen a la fiesta?
So, I originally read this as live or living. And I was like, why is that wrong? Like my brain read that as live or living. Because it's very close. Señora Gómez y Señor García, ¿cómo están ustedes?
Señora Gómez y señor García, ¿cómo están ustedes?
Are you trying to go for the 20 polywags in a row chain, or what? Because I know that mechanic is in the game. I'm assuming this is Violet Scarlet. Heads up, unlike nosotros, nosotras, and ellos, ellas, ustedes has only one form, regardless of gender. +60 on Outbreak. That's weird. 60+ should make it a lot easier. Like a lot easier. Does a picnic on an outbreak seriously reset the spawns? I have never used that. I'm gonna have to do that sometime. In Spain, things are slightly different. You only use ustedes to address a group of people formally. Ustedes son los nuevos vecinos?
¿Ustedes son los nuevos vecinos?
It is vecinos. Okay, I've never heard that word in my life. Ever. I love how many words I'm coming across that I have not heard. Level 3 Sandwich, Shiny Charm, and 60+ Outbreaks. 1 out of 512. Picnic resets all spawns, even without Outbreak. Ooh. I'm gonna have to remember that. To address people informally, we use the vosotros form, which I have never used once in my life because it's not really used in Mexico, which my Spanish that I have learned my entire life is a hybrid between Mexico and Guatemala. I sound like an American with my accent because I know I have a Spanish accent. Or I have an accent on my Spanish that obviously makes it obvious that I'm an English speaker. But I have never used vosotros because my Spanish is a hybrid between Mexico and Guatemala. And the Guatemalan teacher actually told me that we don't use vosotros. That's a Spain thing. So, I've never bothered to learn the
¿Vosotros sois los
conjugation.
nuevos vecinos?
I've never bothered to learn the actual conjugation of vosotros or actually use it at all because of this.
Él, ella.
So I don't know if this may eventually teach me the conjugation of vosotros. That would be a first,
Nosotros, nosotras.
but I've never used it.
Ustedes.
You!
Ellos, ellas.
They.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Hola, nosotros somos los nuevos vecinos.
Ah, ustedes son los Sánchez. Bueno, entonces, bienvenida Marina y bienvenido Juan.
Muchas gracias.
Nosotros ya estamos en el jardín.
I do remember that. Do I remember you say bienvenida? The V being a B does trip me up sometimes. Bienvenida when welcoming a woman and bienvenido when welcoming a man. I do remember that. And yes, Spain is built differently. It's so different, by the way, that there's an entirely different language learning lesson set for Spain Spanish. This is Latin American Spanish. It's two different lesson sets. That's how different they are. Then again, Italian is also a different language set, but that's a 60% trade. My Italian is horrible, but I can speak to an Italian and they will understand me because I know enough Spanish to speak to an Italian. I know this because I have an uncle who's Italian. He has told me all of this information. Nosotros!
¿Y quién es ese
Sorry,
niño?
I
Él
didn't
es
look
mi
at it
hijo.
at all.
Y ella es mi hija.
Ah, ellos están en la misma clase que nuestro hijo.
There we go.
Qué pequeño es el mundo.
Continue. You keep thinking Whooper is a shiny Poliwag. Okay. That is hilarious. I have to. Give me one moment. Where is? Where is your graphic? That's Pokemon Go. I don't want Pokemon Go. I want Violet. I want Violet Scarlet. Come on. Violet Scarlet. This does not look that different. Like, this is probably the worst shiny I have seen to date. Like, seriously, how are you supposed to even tell unless you've been staring at them since Gen 1? That's insane. That's insane. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. Cancel. I don't want to drag you into OBS. I want to drag you onto my desktop. Thank you. And Whooper. Okay, so I'm gonna put this into perspective for those who do not know what we're talking about. Okay, so first off, we're going to do the regular polywag. That is a regular polywag right there. This is going to be a shiny polywag. The difference in color is literally to where I don't think I would notice it. That's worse than this. Because this is literally just a saturation change. And that's it. Okay, so there's shiny and not shiny polywag. This is the Scarlet Violet Wooper. Wait, Kanto? Kanto Wooper spawns in the wild? Okay. Okay. That makes more sense. Because I have not seen Kanto Wooper yet. Okay. So, argument is valid. Argument is valid. Now that I know it's Kanto, not Paldea. Okay, so that one on screen is Paldea. Let's change it to the one you're actually talking about, which is Kanto. There we go. Okay, that I can see as you would mistake them. Especially with what their actual size is in game. Considering these two are basically the same size. Yeah, I would totally be able to see that being a thing. Goodbye, Wooper. There. Yeah, I can totally see that now. I was like, Paldea Wooper! There's no way! There is no way! Kanto, I can absolutely see that. I mean, Scarlet Violet's graphics are kind of low. So between those two, I would definitely say there are issues with telling them apart, especially from a distance. If you don't see the absolute beach ball that is Poliwag's body, yeah. The one I have issues with is Flabebe. Because I swear, Flabebe is about the size of my hand IRL in comparison. So, if I take my model of my character and I take their hand, that's how big Flabebe is to me. I run into it all the time because I don't see it. And it's like, why are there so many of these spawning here? All I want is a Blissey. And yes, I found a wild Blissey, which was actually really cool. I named it Blue. Literally B-L-U. Blue.
Yo soy Claudia. ¿Tú eres Alejandro?
¿Quién es él? Mis padres son profesores.
And now we're throwing in professions.
Yo soy
Okay.
Claudia. ¿Tú eres Alejandro?
¿Quién es él?
That was a slight
Mis
curveball.
padres son profesores.
I'm enjoying the curveballs though. They are fun. Blissey is fairy. Like normal fairy. What? Hang on. Info? I thought you were switched over to... Yeah, your A group is fairy. I could have sworn you were switched over to normal fairy. What? I'm gonna have some fun with your moveset, now that I know that. 6 IV, here we come. 6 IV shiny Blissey, it's happening. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get my 6 IV egg, I'm gonna get an entire chain until I get shiny, and then this thing's gonna be my tank. I thought it was normal fairy. Now I don't have to worry about the dragons or the ice types. Thank you for correcting my mind. I can now have fun with the dragons and ice types. Teach it like, you know, dragon breath or something. I don't know. Twister. Can it win twist or can it learn Twister? I'm going to look that up later. I'm gonna look up the entire possible list of moves that Blissey can learn now, get the TMs, and have fun. In Spanish, the verbs you use change their form depending on who you're talking about. These are the forms of the verb ser in the singular, meaning when you talk about just one.
Yo soy.
Singular
Tú
is
eres.
just one.
Él. Ella. Usted es.
Yo soy.
Yo soy.
I'm gonna. Oh.
Tú eres.
I was gonna say I'm gonna speed through this because I already know
Ella.
this,
Usted es.
and then I make a very simple mistake. Whoops. Plural meaning when you talk to a group of people. Verbs are also have different forms. Let's have a look at the forms of the verb ser.
Nosotros, nosotras somos. Ustedes
It's
son.
having me
Ellos,
question my
ellas
English.
son.
Kreslia. I don't use Ubers in my teams! I see them as easy wins, so I don't use them. And I try to counter them with everything I have. That's why I have to go with something like Blissey as a tank. Kreslia is legendary. I consider all legendaries Ubers. Even the lake spirits. I don't think the birds are... Yeah, I don't think the birds are all Ubers either. Nosotros somos.
Nosotros, nosotras somos.
Ustedes son.
Ustedes son.
And ellos, ellas is also son.
Ellos,
This right here makes my life so much easier that these two are the same. To Eres.
Hola, tú eres Alejandro, ¿verdad?
Sí, yo soy Alejandro. ¿Y tú?
I once forgot what azul was. I have never done that again in my life. Also realize I'm doing this without really touching Spanish for months. So if I have forgotten some of what I know, it's expected at this point. Yo soy.
Yo soy Claudia. Yo soy de la Ciudad de México.
Yes, I
Qué
do
bien.
consider
Mi
Meloetta.
familia es de Colombia.
I do consider Meloetta Ubers as well. Because Meloetta is also legendary. I wish I could consider Arcanine an Uber, but no, Arcanine is not a legendary. Still upsets me. Back in Gen 1, it was rumored that Arcanine might be a legendary. And it never happened. But we got Entei, so hey! Who needs Arcanine to be a legendary? Never used, really? Wow. Why not? Meloetta could be actually really good if you, like, spec it correctly and give it the right moves. ¿Y quién es él?
¿Y quién es él? Un profesor, ¿verdad?
Sí, él es...
Sí, él es el profe de literatura.
Profi? I have never heard profi. I've always used formal professor. This isn't just using formal. What? I've always been taught only the formal form of Spanish my entire life. This is kind of refreshing. I have wanted to learn the non-formal version of the language, and I've never been able to because there is not a source of it outside, like, books or TV. Mis padres también somos? No, son.
Ah, mis padres también son
They.
profesores.
That
Yo
was
voy a
they.
clase ahora. ¿Vamos?
Sí, vamos.
Making me actually spell now. Very nice.
Yo soy Pablo.
Very nice. Ah! ¿Quién eres?
¿Quién eres tú?
Son. I didn't even look at the
Ella es María
sentence.
y
I,
él
like,
es
looked at the
Carlos.
letters that were
Ellos son
available.
muy simpáticos.
I was like, it must be son! Somos...
Nosotros somos de Francia.
Don't mind me, I'm just playing, you know... What is it? Letter Quest or whatever it is? It is common to omit the personal pronouns. Yo, too, if the context is clear in everyday conversation. The
Soy
verb
Felipe. ¿Y tú?
Es mi prima.
The verb form tells who is being referred to. This has saved me so much time and effort. It really has. 'Cause,
Soy Felipe. ¿Y tú?
there was a time that I was like,
Soy
yo,
Felipe.
yo
tú?
soy Rijome. No, you can just say soy Rijome. Actually, it would be Ale Holta. A minute. Oh, I've never tried to say RJ in Spanish. That is really interesting. Correct form of ser. ¿Quién eres?
¿Quién eres?
I didn't even read it.
Soy Miguel.
I'm not even reading this down here. I'm just, yeah. Es mi padre.
Es mi padre.
Again, didn't look at that. Didn't. Son. Why do I want to keep using eres when it's
¿De
son?
dónde son ellos?
Why on earth is that a thing? Somos
Somos
un grupo. I know that's the nosotros form. Why am I using nosotros for you or they? What is going on? I should not be doing
Tú
that.
eres.
Hola, tú eres Alejandro, ¿verdad?
Sí, yo soy Alejandro.
This will actually
¿Y tú?
skip to
Yo soy
exactly the one I
Yo
messed up.
soy de la Ciudad de México.
Qué bien. Mi
Miss
familia
Spirit
es de
and
Colombia.
Uxie are never used.
¿Y quién es él?
Azielf
Un
is
profesor,
rarely used.
¿verdad?
Wow.
Él es el profe de literatura.
I will respond to that whenever people get back.
Ah, mis
Until then,
padres
I
también
will
son profesores.
fix
Yo
my
voy a
mistakes
clase ahora.
here, and
¿Vamos?
then we will be
Sí,
ready to move
vamos.
on after that. Again.
¿De dónde son ellos?
Again, I made the mistake! Why do I keep wanting to
¿De
do
dónde
that?
son ellos?
Why do I keep wanting to do that? Why? Correct. Son, why do I
¿De
keep
dónde son ellos?
using the wrong one? I don't understand. That does not make sense. Like, at all. And it's not that I'm getting tired, it's that my brain is literally thinking, that's the translation that it should be. And it's like, no, I know that's wrong. It should be wrong. Why is my brain telling me the wrong one is the right one? I told you I suck at conjugation, but with ser, at least it's, you know, not everything that I suck at. Okay, so where were we? Oh, yes. The lake spirits. So the fact that the lake spirits are never used and rarely used is actually really surprising to me. And Tornadus being never used makes sense. Glacier, I've actually not seen or heard of. I'm gonna guess that's also a legendary. Okay, why on earth is Bisharp rarely used? Oh! Okay. That explains why I have never heard of that one. That doesn't help explain why Bisharp is rarely used. That explains why you should use Bisharp more. And give me 1 second, I'm gonna mute real quick. Sorry. Had to hydrate, and the soda I had ran out, so I had to open another one. I do like how every complaint I've had so far about language learning stuff in general, Babble has been like, oh, that's a complaint? Here you go! Complaints no longer exist! You just have to get far enough in the lessons for it to actually become a thing. I love it.
Yo soy Claudia.
Yo soy Claudia.
¿Quién eres?
Who
Mis padres
are
son
you?
profesores.
Who? I just slaughtered that song and the tune. Ustedes son.
¿Ustedes
I
son
wanted
de
to do that
Colombia?
again. I wanted to do it again so badly. Él es Sergio.
Él es Sergio.
Sergio. Okay. Why did I read it Sergio? Am I going Italian with my pronunciation again? I forget that Iron Hands actually matters now. By the way, I have not made it far enough in the game to get Iron Hands, you know, legitimately. Every single one I have is from Secret Trade. It's amazing. I think I have like 2 or 3. Nosotras somos.
Nosotras somos Claudia y Marta.
¿Usted es la señora Badia?
There we go. Continue. Soy.
Soy Isabel.
I have not checked on Shift Tree in a while. That does not surprise me at all. He was already busted before. Like, he was broken, overpowered. I hated going against him. I had to come up with counters for him, and it sucked. I have never had good luck going against him. Ever. And I don't know if it was just the person who I was going against, but yeah.
¿Eres Juliana?
Okay, so you're saying broken as in worse. I'm saying broken as in OP. S.
¿Él es el señor García?
So he's more OP. I read that as Lost Windrider. I don't know if I want to look that up, because if I look it up, I might cry. Because I know the person who used the Shift Tree against me before probably knows this information. And I just realized on my screen that you see, the chat is on the opposite side of the screen than the screen I see, because I'm looking at the left side of my screen to read chat. If you want to read chat, you have to look at the right side of the screen. That's actually kind of funny. I've never paid attention to that. Somos.
Somos un equipo.
Son. There we go.
Son famosos.
Buenos días.
The vocabulary being used here is amazing. Yo. What? Oh, yo soy. You want
Hola.
yo soy.
Soy la madre de
Got
Alejandro.
it!
Mucho gusto.
Ustedes?
¿Usted es el profesor de música?
Sí, nuestros hijos son.
Sí, nuestros hijos son compañeros de clase, ¿verdad?
Sí, están en la misma clase.
¿Y usted y su marido también
Plus
son
one attack
profesores?
when Talon begins. So basically it's immune to all burns, is what I'm saying. That sucks. Somos.
Somos profesores. Trabajamos en la universidad. ¿Y su esposa?
Ella es
Air
fotógrafa.
slash is physical though, isn't it? It's not a wind move specifically. It's more of a physical one. I know you're using air to slash technically, but I've always thought it was physical. So then why does it work? If it's
Buenos
special,
días.
then why? Yo soy. Soy, not sot. Yo sot!
Hola, soy la madre de Alejandro.
What is
Mucho
yo
gusto.
sot?
¿Usted es el profesor de música?
Is
Sí,
sot even a
nuestros
word
hijos
in
son
any
compañeros de clase,
language?
¿verdad?
Sí, están en la misma clase.
¿Y usted y su marido también son profesores?
Sí, somos profesores. Trabajamos
so
en la
weird.
universidad. ¿Y su esposa?
Ella es fotógrafa.
It's a special move using air to literally slash its opponents, and it's not considered a wind move. What? Who decided that was a thing? Like, that legit does not make sense at all. I'm kind of curious as to if I max out after this,
F,
or if there's a next unit.
L,
N,
M,
N,
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 R,
N,
S,
S,
Ñ.
and Y, which sounds like an English Y, by the way. Oh, it's going photonic spelling on these. Oh, this is going to be horrible.
F,
L, since we already
L.
did E. N,
M,
N,
N,
and yeah.
Ñ,
Yes, the alphabet is a little painful for me because I literally learned the alphabet when I was 5.
S,
That's why
Really?
it's just a little painful for me to do.
L, S,
F,
I have not found a option
R.
to test out of
M,
stuff yet. Otherwise,
Ñ.
I would be a lot further.
ñ,
Well, a lot in my brain. Anyway.
R, A, M, O, N, Ramón,
E, L, I, S, A, Elisa,
M, U, Ñ, O, Moño,
F, I, N, A, Fina.
I will admit that exercise was actually
Sí.
pretty good.
L, I, S, A, Elisa.
That exercise right there is actually really good. Because one of the things I do struggle with in anything except English, and English obviously, is spelling. And, like, seriously? I am a horrible speller in English, and I literally hide it because I use Google Chrome, which has a built-in spell check. My phone has a built-in spell check, and apparently my computer, even in OBS, will tell me, oh hey, by the way, you spelled that wrong. Here's what the actual word is spelled like. Thanks! Make me look more intelligent than I am. I can live with that. So, real quick before we move on, I'm gonna do this. No, that doesn't actually show. Okay. That doesn't actually show anything if you hit the little birdie. You know, birdie? It doesn't do anything. Okay, next course. Let's go. And with how I'm actually seeing how this works, the 3 weeks, a new language thing, is making a lot more sense because they're absolutely using it to where it's basically immersion. And it's like, if I could do all the language lessons for Swedish, I would probably be able to speak Swedish in 3 weeks very easily if I could get my pronunciation proper. So the thing that's worse than Shiny Poliwag is it's that one you said was worth. What? I have seen that thing before. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can see how that would be worse. How am I not friends with you, Cloud? I will gladly add you to my friends list. How were you not on my friends list before? I swear you were. I swear you were on my friends list. Oops. Go away. I accidentally opened Discord in my window. Goodbye. Okay, so we're gonna close Discord because I'm supposed to be doing Babble right now. Yes. Yo soy. See, it's default to say yo soy, even though I don't have to. Shiftry is immune to Petal Blizzard, so each elegant right next to it doubles the Oh! Okay, so don't go against Shiftry in doubles. Got it.
Yo hablo español.
Ella habla italiano.
Perdón, ¿tú hablas inglés?
I usually don't do doubles. I usually just do single Pokemon battles.
Ella habla italiano.
Perdón, ¿tú hablas inglés?
Sí, yo hablas inglés muy bien. Inglés? What? What? It's not inglés, it's inglés. Why on earth am I pronouncing it like saying tortilla? By the way, it's not tortilla, it's tortilla. That is not inglés in any way, shape, or form.
Español.
That is inglés.
Inglés.
So yeah, just avoid Shiftry at all times. Is Blaziken a hard counter or no? Am I thinking completely wrong? Because I swear Shiftry is grass. Shouldn't he be? This is Italiano.
Italiano.
Yo
I didn't even catch that.
hablas. Él, ella,
Yes,
Usted
languages
habla.
are not done
Yo
with.
Tú hablas. Él, ella, usted habla.
So yes, languages in Spanish are not typed with capital letters, which I've always just naturally not done it, and I didn't actually think about it until just now. I forget Blaziken's not in the game yet. I bring back the argument that anyone who is in Pokemon Unite should be in Scarlet Violet. Period. They have the models, just animate them for the game moves, you're done. Now, the Scarlet Violet team needs to talk to the Unite team, get the assets from the Unite team, put them in game, done! We're actually getting all starters, finally! Finally! Which means I can get my Chikorita. I have wanted Chikorita in game for a while.
Tú hablas portugués.
So outside Pikachu, Chikorita is actually my quote first starter. Because first starter I ever had when I was 8 years old was a Pikachu. And then whenever I was 10, I got Chikorita. So by Pokemon lore alone, that Pokemon trainers have to be 10 years old to go on their trainer journey, Chikorita technically is my first starter. Message up to makeshift she Terrafire. Ah. Ah. I knew the Terra types were gonna
Yo hablo
suck.
español.
I knew that was gonna do something like that. That
Ella
just.
habla francés.
That is just mean. By the way,
Habla inglés.
I have a Camerupt that its Terra type is electric. I named it Vesuvius. What?
¿Usted habla inglés?
Habla. It's singular. I know it's dumb, but that's how it came to be. That's what it came with, is electric. It's kind of funny seeing a little
Nosotros
light bulb
hablamos.
above Camerupt.
Ustedes hablan. Ellos. Ellas hablan.
Well, see, that's just logic there. Use its, weakest counter, or strongest counter, rather. Use its strongest counter as its Terra type, you're good. You make a Fairy type have a Terra type of either Dragon or Ice, and you're good.
Nosotros.
I wouldn't go Dragon because
Nosotras
Dragon is weak
hablamos.
against Dragon.
Ustedes hablan. Ellos. Ellas hablan. Nosotras hablamos alemán.
Hablamos. What?
Nosotras hablamos alemán.
It's literally hablamos. Hablamos. There we go. I thought it was right. Spelling sucks. How? I mean, at
Ustedes
least
hablan
with
chino.
Gengar, it makes sense.
Ellos hablan italiano.
Got scale shot, of course.
Hola.
Of course.
Perdón, ¿ustedes hablan español?
Sí, hablas. Hablas. Oh, we speak.
Hablamos español.
Sorry,
Inglés
I didn't
y
look at
alemán.
that. I assumed off of there. I didn't realize we were talking to a group. I looked here and I was like, yeah. I didn't pay attention to the
Hola.
ustedes either.
Perdón, ¿ustedes hablan español?
También habla chino.
Mi hermana también habla chino.
I thought Gengar was given Uber upon Mega Evolution and was banned. Ustedes hablamos. Hablan.
¿En serio? Ustedes hablan muchos idiomas.
¿Y tú?
It's going
¿Qué
to
idiomas hablas?
drill into my head how to properly
Yo
conjugate
solo hablo español
no matter
y
what,
un
isn't it?
poco de italiano.
¿Hablas italiano? ¡Qué bien!
So I can still have a normal Gengar that's not an Uber as long as it does not Mega Evolve. I can live with that. Let's
¿Usted
correct.
habla inglés?
Let's correct these.
Nosotras hablamos alemán.
Hablamos.
Hola, perdón, ¿ustedes hablan español?
Sí, hablamos español.
I've never
inglés
understood
y alemán.
why.
Mi hermana también habla chino.
I've never understood why German is Alemán. Whenever most
Hablamos
other
español,
languages,
inglés y alemán.
most other languages, as far as I'm aware, use some form of Deutsch. At least for the ones I've learned it in. I don't know it in... Yeah, I don't know it in Japanese. At all. Huh. Usted hablan.
¿En serio? Ustedes hablan muchos idiomas.
¿Y tú? ¿Qué idiomas hablas?
Yo solo hablo español y un poco de italiano.
I
¿Hablas
swear,
italiano?
the guy
Qué
is
bien.
pronouncing the H. The girl is not. You're not supposed to pronounce the H, especially on this one.
¿En serio? Ustedes hablan muchos
Yeah,
idiomas.
he says hablan. It's supposed to be hablan. You're not supposed to pronounce that H. That is interesting. ¿Hablas español? Part 2. Got it. ASS Mexicana.
Ella es mexicana.
Yo soy... How on earth do you pronounce that?
Yo soy estadounidense.
I have never heard that word ever in my life. It has always been Americana or Americano. This word has never existed to me. Ever.
Él es chino. ¿Tú eres brasileño?
I'm gonna forget that one.
Ella es mexicana. Yo soy estadounidense.
I've never learned it before. I've always learned Americana or Americano.
Él es chino.
I'm gonna forget
¿Tú eres
Brazilian.
brasileño?
I'm gonna forget Brazilian. It's going to be one of those things that's like,
Inés china.
it's gonna bother me that I forget it. Mexicano. Mexicana.
Leandro es mexicano y Rita es mexicana.
Brasileño? Brasileño. I think that's right.
Rodrigo es brasileño y
I
María
am correct.
es
Okay.
brasileña.
It's gonna suck to remember, but I'm going to try to remember it. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, because Estados Unidos, I have heard before. But I've never heard Estados Unidos used as reference to a person. I've only ever heard it as reference to the country. Estadounidense. That's going to take a while to remember. Diego es argentino y Mariana es italiana.
Diego es argentino.
Argentino.
Mariana es italiana.
I read the G as an G and not an H. That was wrong. Sonia is... I have no clue how to say that, and there we go.
Sonia es uruguaya y Marcelo es argentino.
Continue. Yes, I get it.
Luis es brasileño.
I get
y
it.
Marta es italiana.
I get that other people may not understand this bit, but I do.
Manuel es español y Carla es española.
Dave es inglés y Diana es inglesa.
Ashley has...
Luke es estadounidense y Susan es estadounidense.
Huh. So American only has one form. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Pedro es español y Lucia es inglesa.
Pedro es español y Lucy es inglesa.
Martín es alemán y William es inglés.
Martin es alemán y William es inglés.
This entire lesson has been basically masculine, feminine ways of saying the language.
Sara es canadiense y David es francés.
Hola, ¿de dónde eres?
Hola, soy italiano. ¿Y tú?
Oh, I'm gonna suck at this. Italiano. Okay.
Yo soy brasileña. Soy de São Paulo.
Brasileña. Yeah. Thank you, Spanish, for being one of those languages that I can literally just sound out the word and it is spelled exactly how it sounds.
Qué bien. ¿Y quién es ese chico que habla con la profesora? ¿Es inglés?
Inglés. This one I actually know how to spell.
No creo que es
And you're
chino.
not marking
Su
me
novio
down for
es de
forgetting an
Estados Unidos.
accent. Thank you very much for that. Chino.
Ah, sí. Mi papá también es estadounidense.
Where is it? I'm totally
Ah, sí.
cheating.
Mi papá también es estadounidense.
I cheated. I scrolled up in chat and I literally looked at your message, Guardian, and I literally copied how it was spelled.
Tenemos una
I'm
clase
allowed
de
to cheat like that,
internacional.
right? Right? Is that really called cheating? Mexican. Ah.
Ella es mexicana.
Not cheating. True, true. It is technically copying from notes, because in all technicality, all of chat could be considered notes at this point. You want it, don't you? You
Yo
want it to
soy
be...
estadounidense.
Ah, it's going to be in my head by the end of the night, isn't it?
Yo soy estadounidense.
Chino. Chino. There we go.
Él es chino.
Continue. I have to
¿Tú
hear it.
eres brasileño?
Brasileño.
¿Tú eres brasileño?
Oh. Brasileño is spelled with an I. Okay. I'm sorry for getting one of the vowels wrong. I have 26 activities. I have done 26 activities. Wow. So did it count as Friday? Like, since 11 or what? Because it's still Thursday for me. So why is it saying Thursday and Friday I have done 12 lessons? I don't understand. When does it reset the day? That's what I want to know. And this is when I did the first lesson of Spanish. I mean, yeah, it is technically Friday for anyone who is Central Time Zone or beyond Central. Mountain Time Zone, it's still Thursday. For 47 minutes?
Inglés.
Anything but English.
Francés.
Not French.
Italiano.
Anything but Italian.
Mexicano. Estadounidense. Brasileño.
I've heard brasileño like twice in my life before this.
Lucía es española y habla francés.
She does not speak
Hablo español
Portuguese
y
according to
portugués,
that.
Pero no hablo italiano.
You should send me either the code or a screenshot and I'll look at it later.
Hablo español y portugués, pero no hablo italiano.
Not Italian.
Ella es estadounidense y habla inglés.
She's from the United States and she speaks English. Just like me.
Soy mexicano y hablo español y alemán.
So, screenshot along with the movesets and all of that. I don't mind multiple screenshots if you have to do like 2 or 3 screenshots to show me all the info.
Soy mexicano y hablo español y alemán.
That works. I can work with the Pokemon paste. Hablo. I swear, I want to play Stardew Valley now. Because I keep hearing the Stardew Valley. Blast. Blast. Blast! Blast! What is Blast? Hablan. Hablan. Hablan.
Ustedes hablan chino.
Ella habla. Habla. Habla.
Ella habla francés.
There we go. Continue. Usted habla. Hablan. Right? Yes.
¿Usted habla inglés?
I wanted to do hablamos, and then I was like, wait, no. No. Bad. Bad. Evilite Clefairy? Why would you freeze Clefairy and not go to Clefable? Clefable's the better one, isn't it? Nosotros blah. By the way, I'm
Nosotras
typing with
hablamos
one
alemán.
hand because I can. And because I'm kind of chilling out in a blanket because, you know, t-shirt and shorts do not work right now at this time of year, especially not in a basement. So I have a nice little wool blanket that is making it to where my wardrobe does not affect if I'm warm or not. I could just wear, you know, long pants and, you know, like a sweater, but no, I want to be cute, so I wear a t-shirt and shorts. By the way, the t-shirt I'm wearing is really funny. It is a to-do list, which has step 1, get out of bed. Step 2, try to stay awake. Step 3, go back to bed. Step 4, try to stay asleep. Step 5, repeat. If there's not a how to describe a VTuber in, you know, 5 easy steps shirt, that's what this feels like.
Ellos hablan italiano.
Habla inglés. Inglés. There's an L there.
Hannah es canadiense y
I
habla
can't do the
inglés
next one.
y francés.
No drinking copious amounts of coffee. Well, not every VTuber drinks coffee. There are actually divisions in the choice of caffeine across the VTuber community. There is the coffee crowd, which, you know, a lot of us do bleed into that. However, the other two that I have noticed are your energy drink crowd, like your Monsters and your Red Bull, and then your soda people. I am all three. Also, tea has caffeine in it, which is really interesting. And also, if you actually look it up, tea has a finite amount of fluoride in it because the plant that is used for making tea actually has natural fluoride in it. Yes, I read a book on tea and that's where it came from. I was curious. We should battle in Showdown one day. We really should. But I need to build a team first. Random is really fun too. What? I don't remember how to spell it! Fine. Fine. Oh. Lee. No. What? Okay. I don't want to go through that again, so I'm just going to copy. Because I'm not dealing with trying to spell that again. See, Voodoo, if you go back far enough in history, what you're talking about is literally Coca-Cola. And that is why they had to actually change the recipe and change a lot of the marketing, because if you go back far enough in history, it was actually valid. It was not valid in my lifetime, but yeah. And yes, sweet tea and sweet iced tea, because tea is very bitter to me, so I like adding sugar to it or honey. And I also like putting milk and sugar with it. And I actually prefer herbal teas or green teas compared to like red tea, white tea, or black tea. And yes, I recently realized there is actually a red tea, which I did not know about until I was given it. I am kind of happy about that. Mexican.
Roberto es mexicano y habla español y chino. Hannah es
Really? I had
y habla
one.
inglés y francés.
I had one mistake on this entire thing, and this was it. Okay.
La señora Gómez es brasileña y habla portugués. Roberto es mexicano y habla español y chino.
I have Mountain Dew Baja Blast in a can. By the way, I have not seen Whiteout Mountain Dew since COVID. And that is very annoying to me because Whiteout is actually my favorite flavor. Even with all these other really cool flavors that have come out, Whiteout is still my favorite. And I have not seen it since COVID. We get 7 other new flavors and they don't bring back Whiteout as far as I'm aware. It's not findable in my area. And I've checked Amazon and I don't see it there either. So, I am the sad. Got it. Oh no. Oh no. Spanish has 9 letters, which are pronounced in a different way to the others. To say them, you use the Spanish sounds that you've already learned. Let's recount these again.
A, E, I, O, U.
I can't read that without laughing. I'm just, yeah. I can't read that without laughing. I can't. H.
H,
Jota.
J,
K.
K,
K. Wait, no, that uses a Y. Never mind. Cool.
Q,
Literally, cool. Cool, cool. Ube,
V,
which is very close to grape, by the way. H.
H,
K.
K,
Ube.
V,
Cool.
Q,
Jota.
J,
H.
As the H in H is silent! You'll learn more about this letter in lesson on Spanish pronunciation. H y che.
H.
Sorry, I translated the name.
H.
H.
J.
Opa.
K.
Like, literally, when I learned the alphabet, I learned it very much like, you know, the alphabet song for English. I learned that basically in Spanish. That's how they did it.
V.
Ube.
A ver, Anita. Hola se escribe con H. La ola está en el mar.
H. There we go.
Y aquí se escribe con Q,
Cool.
no con K.
K.
Y bueno, se escribe con B, no con V.
Ube. I mean, that makes sense. Explaining that bueno is spelled with a B, not a V, when they sound identical. That does make sense. Excelente. 21 de 21, verdad. Got it.
Bienvenido.
Ah, it wants me to speak. Bienvenido. That was trash,
Bienvenido.
but whatever.
Inglaterra.
Inglaterra. So, English land. Literally, English land, from what I can read. Inglaterra. Why am I going with
Inglaterra.
Italian? Why is my pronunciation going
ventana.
Italian? La ventana. Tana. La
La
ventana.
ventana.
There was no enya there.
No.
And I pronounced an enya. No!
No.
Yeah, no in Spanish is no. It's the same. In Spanish, the N is pronounced the same as...
Venir.
La noche.
El avión.
Nadar.
It's the enya that's different.
Mañana.
Mañana. Tacos were originally a
Mañana.
one-bite snack made by taco miners as they mined for silver. A taco miner is a thing? Also, tiny taco. I now want to make a tiny taco. I need to do this now. I need a very small corn tortilla. And I need to make it about the size of a dog treat. That would actually be kind of fun.
Niño.
Niño! I was going to say, if you marked me down for that
Niño.
one, I was going to have issues.
Español.
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 Señora.
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 After I'm finished yawning, I can respond to you. Yes. Agreed. It sounds like a Taco Bell joke. Completely. Which, by the way, the fire Taco Bell sauce, I can handle about 2 to 3 drops of it, and then it causes me issues. It's kind of funny. It's like, this is too hot for my tongue. I need some milk. Someone get me some milk. I can't handle it. It's 3 drops of hot sauce, but I can't handle it. Get me some milk, please. And yes, that is how it feels like I sound whenever I have overly spicy things is it feels like I'm talking like that. Whenever I'm not, I'm talking like this. But it sounds to my brain, I think I'm talking like this because my tongue's on fire. I think I knew that one. Yeah, I think I knew that one. Crayon.
El año, la
Or
araña,
canyon.
brasileño,
Why did I read that
ñandú.
as crayon? Have I literally been using crayons enough that my brain is now overwriting the word canyon to crayon? This is what happens when you repeat kindergarten, people. You end up coloring in coloring books so much and using wax crayons every day for your schoolwork that when you see the word canyon, your brain sees crayon. This has been my TED Talk on homeschooling a 5-year-old. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to go back to Spanish now.
El vino.
Oh, that was an N. I thought I heard a Y!
Ganar.
La leña.
There we go.
Panameño.
Having both of them in a word
Mañana.
is cheating. Like I said, that's cheating!
El champiñón.
Alright, night-night, Guardian! You have good rest as well. And stream ends in roughly 28 minutes-ish. Depending.
El champiñón.
What? Yon. Okay. That one.
España.
That one I knew. Lápiz de color. Pencil of color? It's wax! It's wax! Also, if you're gonna say crayons are tasty, you gotta tell me which color is the best. You can't make claims like that without saying which color's the best. Just saying.
Mañana.
El champiñón.
Okay. That and then that. The mushroom. Of course, that's why I didn't recognize the word, because I haven't seen that word very much at all. De donde eres? We're going to learn how to say where we're from. Purple. Okay. I've never heard purple as the answer before. I've heard yellow and red as the most common answers whenever I ask that.
¿Cómo te llamas?
My brother and I used to make jokes about that being the first sentence you learn in Spanish.
Me llamo Sabina.
Mi llamo es Brillome. How would you pronounce it in Spanish, actually? Now I have to actually think about that. I might just go with the English pronunciation because, yeah. Even though I could say Rebecca. I could do that. That's always what I've used.
Ellas se llaman Ana y Eva. ¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas? What's your name?
Me llamo Sabina. Ellas se llaman Ana y
It was
Eva.
the last option. That's what we went with it. Sometimes words in Spanish don't translate one-to-one in English, obviously. And vice versa. When we introduce these words, we'll give you the most meaningful translation as well as the literal translation. I can live with that.
Yo me llamo.
I can absolutely live with that.
Tú te llamas.
I can live with getting the
Él,
most
ella,
logical
usted se
translation
llama.
and then the literal translation. Because that's kind of how I've learned my entire life, so be it. Yo me llamo.
Yo me llamo.
There you are. I was figuring there should be one more.
Tú te llamas.
Se
Él,
llama.
ella, usted se llama.
My ear that's under my microphone was itchy, so I had to scratch it, and you guys got to hear the microphone be affected by that because it's like literally right there. Me llamo.
Me llamo José.
Why is it going llamo? ¿Cómo te llama? ¿Llamas? ¿Llamas? Yes.
¿Cómo te llamas?
I did the wrong conjugation again. And llama. There we go.
Él se llama Pablo.
I swapped llama and llamas. That's what
Nosotros,
happened.
Nosotras nos llamamos. Ustedes se llaman. Ellos. Ellas se llaman.
Continue. Nosotros is going to be cheated.
Nosotros.
And these two are the same, so it doesn't matter which one I pick.
Ustedes se llaman. Ellos. Ellas.
It gave me
se
two of the
llaman.
same answer, so I picked whichever one out of the two because it didn't matter. Mis amigos se llama. Yam. And there we go.
Mis amigos se llaman Alberto y Clara.
Alberto y Clara. Nos llamamos. Los. Okay, so there is that. Okay. See, I thought that I was good because there was already the A and M. I was
Nos
wrong.
llamamos Mario y Víctor.
Oh, they look similar. Verbs lamar and lamarse have the same. Different.
Yo llamo a Felipe. Yo me llamo Felipe.
Verbs. Because those aren't nouns. That one I can cheat on.
Nosotras nos llamamos Sara y Sofía.
Haha. Y él se llama.
Y él se llama Miguel.
By the way, this is actually Michael in Spanish, which is kind of cool. Literally, I learned that with Maya and Miguel. That was pretty fun to learn. Because I was curious, and I looked it up, and it's like, oh, that's Michael. Okay. Tú te llamas.
¿Tú te llamas Eduardo?
Next.
Hola, perdón. ¿Sabes dónde están las bebidas?
Sí, claro. Allí están.
Gracias por ser como te llamas.
Gracias. Por cierto, ¿cómo te llamas?
Soy Elena.
I don't
¿Y tú?
understand why it's llamas. It's always llamas. That doesn't make sense to me. Mucho gusto. Me llamo.
Mucho gusto, Elena. Me llamo Diego.
Encantada.
Soy nuevo aquí. ¿Tú también?
¿Se llaman?
No, conozco algunas personas. Mira, ellas se llaman María y Joana. Ven conmigo y te las presento.
Continue. Okay, let's fix these 3 mistakes. Llamas.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Vamos.
Nos llamamos Mario y Víctor.
And different.
Yo llamo a Felipe. Yo me llamo Felipe.
Continue. There we go. Done! I've apparently done 34
dónde
lessons
eres?
now. I have not been counting. ¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? Soy de Estados Unidos.
Soy de Estados Unidos.
Soy de Estados Unidos. No son de Colombia.
No son de Colombia. This one's actually very easy.
¿De dónde
Because all I have to do is talk. Where are you from?
Soy de Estados Unidos. No son de Colombia.
Tom wants to go to Mexico. He's writing an email to Vanessa, a friend who lives there. Hola Vanessa, me llamo Tom. Soy amigo de Andrés Herrera. Soy de Estados Unidos y hablo español un poco. ¿Y tú de dónde eres? ¿Vives en Ciudad de México? No. Quiero ir allí en verano con unos amigos. Ellos no son de Estados Unidos, son de Colombia. ¿Quién nos puedes recomendar? Espero tu esposa. Tom is from the US. Tom's friends. Let's see. In Colombia.
Yo soy.
I am.
Tú eres.
You are.
Él, ella, usted es.
What? Okay. You formal
Nosotros,
always throws me off.
nosotras somos. Ustedes son.
These deads throw
Ellos,
me off.
ellas son.
Okay. De dónde?
¿De dónde eres?
Okay. This one's going to require... No, it's the same. Okay. It's the exact same.
¿De dónde son?
I was pretty sure it was exactly the same, but I didn't know if it wanted to conjugate. Soy de...
Soy de Cancún.
This one I don't know. I have never used this in my life. Oh, de. That's why. I have never used ed in my life because it's de. I forgot it was mixed up. ¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres, Juanita?
Soy de Guatemala.
Soy de Guatemala.
¿De dónde
¿De
son
dónde son
ustedes?
ustedes?
Ah, somos de Perú.
Somos de Perú.
Ah, son de México.
Son de México. Ellos no hablan portugués.
It's simple in Spanish. You just put the word no.
No soy chileno.
No, yo no me llamo Joana.
Somos de Cuba. No somos. I say what you want me to do.
Somos de Cuba.
That was actually
No
kind
somos
of
de Cuba.
interesting. No. Hablan.
Ellas hablan alemán. Ellas no hablan alemán.
So you did want a yes. No es.
Es portuguesa. No es portuguesa.
Okay,
Él,
we've got a
ella,
few mistakes to
usted
get rid of.
es. Ustedes son.
Let's get rid of the
Soy de
mistakes.
Cancún.
Yeah. The fact that I messed this one up is kind of hilarious because I was like, I've never used Ed in my life. Yeah, because it's not Ed, it's De. It's not Ed! ¿De dónde eres? Review. Review time.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Te llamas.
Me llamo Ricardo.
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
Soy de Toluca, México.
Soy de...
¿Y ustedes cómo se llaman?
¿Cómo se llaman?
Yo me llamo Gabriel y ella se llama Diana.
Llamas.
Yo me llamo Gabriel y ella se llama Diana.
What are you saying?
Yo me llamo Gabriel y ella se llama Diana.
Se llama. That's what you're saying. You're saying se llama. There we go. ¿De dónde son Carlos y Oscar?
¿De dónde son Carlos y Oscar?
I saw this and I was kind of like, what do I do? And then I went down here and it's like, oh! It's one of those. We're good. Me? What? No me llamo David.
No me llamo David.
I was trying to order it in the same order as English, which is incorrectly. Done. Hector es de Bolivia.
¿Héctor es de Bolivia?
No sé. Llaman la y Margarita.
Ellas no se llaman Laura y Margarita.
The fact that those are not their names is kind of amusing. Ella no es de Chile. It
Ella no es de
almost put
Chile.
it in perfect organization for me. Almost. But it did not. Es de Barcelona.
Marina es de Barcelona.
Yo me llamo.
Yo me llamo.
¿Tú te llamas?
Tú te llamas.
Next. Él se llama. Llama.
Él se llama.
Llamamos. There we go.
Nosotras nos
Oh,
llamamos.
I did one L. Whoops. Ustedes se llaman. There we go.
Ustedes se llaman.
Near perfect conjugation with this one word because I have done nothing but this for like 3 lessons. It does work. It does. Even if you haven't done it in forever. Yeah, man.
Ellos se llaman.
Small town France. Here's 2 tourists speaking Spanish.
Perdón. ¿Hablan español?
Sí, yo soy de México y él es colombiano.
¡Qué bien! Yo también soy mexicana. Hablo inglés, pero no hablo francés.
Ah, nosotros hablamos francés un poco.
¡Wow!
Por cierto, ¿cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Laura. ¿Y ustedes cómo se llaman?
Yo soy Miguel y él se llama Luis.
Mucho gusto.
Okay, this is gonna take a while. True. What? Oh. Not from Mexico. Yes. No. They said they did not. Yes. That one is true. Okay. Let us
¿Cómo te
correct
llamas?
Me
the
llamo
mistakes.
Ricardo.
¿De dónde eres?
Soy de Toluca, México.
¿Y ustedes cómo se llaman?
Yo me llamo Gabriel y ella se llama Diana.
There we go. That one was actually hard to hear. No me llamo David. We do not
No me llamo
order
David.
the grammar in the same order as English. Done. Coolness! Last special letters and review. Yeah, we'll do it. Why not? I've still got time. Select ready below and listen to the last 4 special consonants. I've heard this as W, and V has always been V, not UV. X is the same, Y, Z.
W,
X,
Y,
Z.
They are very easy to tell apart from each other.
W,
So, luckily, I should not have any issues with thinking that they sound exactly alike. X.
X,
And yes, Dos Equis is actually, like, their branding is literally 2 X's on the bottle, so it's 2 X's. Literally.
V, W, W, W.
Different dialects of Spanish have different ways of saying the letter W. They are all variants of the idea of the letter looks like a double. W.
W.
That's the one I have learned. Right there.
W,
That one.
X,
Y, Z.
Zeta. I like how the Y is out of coffee beans, just saying. That is kind of cool. I've learned the entire alphabet. I did not realize I had done that. We have not learned Che, though, because Che belongs right here, according to the alphabet I learned. Okay.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
H, I, J, K, L, M, N.
Ñ, O, P,
Q,
Q,
N,
R,
N, S,
S,
T,
T,
U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
So I actually learned 2 more letters to the alphabet than this. I learned Ch, which is CH, and R. And I think double L was also included in the alphabet. So R, because my R's don't roll, is a double R. So I don't know why they're not included, but that's what I learned.
L, E, R, I, A. Valeria.
L,
V, A, L, E, R, I, A. Valeria.
E. Cool.
M, A, R, I, A, X, I, M, E, N, A. María Jimena.
Interesting.
W, I, L, S, O, N. Wilson.
Wilson.
Y, E, I, S, O, N.
Jason.
Jason.
Z, O, E. Zoe.
So we're doing names then. Cool. Alright, so we're going to minimize that because I don't know if it will mess up by going to a different window. There we go. Because it is currently midnight. Well, it's midnight in 2 minutes anyway. And we are going to find someone to raid. Ooh. Because I need to be up in the morning because I have stuff to do. Which is not just school for the kids, it's also cleaning the house because I need to make pizza. Yeah, usually we order pizza, but I decided this week that we're not going to order pizza. We're going to make little, like, you know the gyro bread that they sell? Gonna use that as a crust for a pizza and then just top it with whatever we want. It's gonna be super fun. So we're actually going to go with this because I have never seen you play Minecraft, dude. Okay, so raid. It's just scans now. Scans VT. There we go. VT. There. I've never seen him play Minecraft. So the fact that he's playing Minecraft, it's like, I'm gonna raid you just so that I can be like, hey, I've never seen you play this game. Because I think it's fun. So, thank you all for joining me for the stream of Babble, my current sponsor. If you use my link, which was provided by Stream Elements, let me just copy that and put it right there. If you follow that link, you can get up to 60% off of the subscription plans, which are monthly or yearly, and there are also 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month versions of that subscription plan. You do get, percentages off of the monthly plan, depending on how many months you choose. If you sign up for one of those and you do not cancel in the first 20 days, you will add to my goal, which would be awesome. 100% optional, but you just saw me do it for 2 hours and 57 minutes. So, hopefully, I have done an adequate job of showing you how Babble works, and that will help you decide if you would wish to subscribe to them or not. And it only works for the English, or not English, it only works for American people, which I don't understand. It would make more sense to me to be not just America, but, you know, whatever. We're going to do this, and I just realized the raid ran off without me. We are here for your cookies, and I will be doing my emotes because I want to. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Good night. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. See you in 2 days. Check the schedule on my Twitch info. It has the info on what I'm doing next. Bye!